Okay, guys, so I recently watched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and I know content about this movie has been dying lately, but I don't care. Because there's still a character in this movie that I haven't gotten to express my hatred for, who I just really need to. Now, you may already know who I want to talk about because the title of this video. And I wasn't really going to talk about my hatred towards her until I saw this one meme. It's crazy how we've never had a bad adaptation of Gwen Stacy. I can't say the same for MJ though. What are you talking about? This honestly just made me want to express my anger towards this character, and I want to preference this by saying I'm only talking about her in Across the Spider-Verse. Every other adaptation, she's fine because she either died early or she just wasn't very cared about. But here are just a couple reasons why, at least in Across the Spider-Verse, Gwen Stacy sucks. Now, one of the reasons I feel like she really sucks in this movie is the amount of disrespect she has towards Miles. One of the smaller times she kind of showed a lack of care towards his boundaries is the way in the beginning of the movie she just comes into his room unannounced after basically a year of disregarding his existence, acting as if she couldn't see him the entire time when really she was just avoiding him. Then she just messes around with all his stuff that he clearly doesn't even want her to look at. Then after messing with all his stuff and then saying that there's no universe they could ever romantically be together, basically breaking his heart, she just leaves and makes a pledge saying she'll never see him again, not even knowing he was right there. But then when he follows her and literally saves her life, she has the gall to say she should have never come to see him while he's literally holding her up from death. And honestly, he must have cared about her a lot in that situation, because if that was me, I straight up would have pulled an Andrew Garfield, just let go of the string. Like, I just seriously cannot be the only person to dislike her. I've only heard about a little bit of people talking about the way that she behaved in this movie. And I watched this movie twice, so the first time I watched it, I didn't really catch anything she did. I was too blown away by how beautiful everything was. But then the second time, I kind of caught her behavior a little bit more. Like, tell me why literally Hobie Brown, a guy who doesn't even know Miles, felt more inclined to help him than his own quote-unquote friend Gwen Stacy did. And I honestly feel like there was a lot of times it was difficult to even know which side Gwen Stacy was on. It felt like she was switching between standing up for Miles, then being against Miles, and then after he actually escaped and went back to his own universe, she has the nerve to turn around and blame it on Miguel for letting him get away. Like, whose side are you on? And then when she gets rightfully kicked out of the Spider Society, she finally decides to actually help her friend just because she has nowhere else to go. And I know what some of y'all are probably thinking. So, if you hate Gwen Stacy for all that stuff, shouldn't you dislike Peter B. Parker too? And honestly, Peter B. Parker messed up too. I don't like everything he did, and I don't completely like him in this movie just because he's yet another person who also betrayed Miles. But Peter B. Parker didn't rummage through Miles' stuff in his room. Peter B. Parker didn't say he should have never talked to Miles. And Peter B. Parker didn't try to insult Miguel for being the only one to put effort into getting Miles back. So, no, he's not as bad as her. But anyways, that was just me ranting about Gwen Stacy Spider-Man. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, maybe subscribe, and bye.